I had barely rubbed the sleep from my eyes when I noticed Ethan standing beside the bed, his hands behind his back and a mischievous grin stretched across his face. "What's going on?" I asked, still tangled in the sheets. "Get up, baby," he said. "Today is not just another day." I groaned, still sore from the late shift the night before. "Unless it's breakfast in bed, I'm not interested." He leaned in, kissed my forehead, and pulled a small envelope from behind his back. I stared at it groggily. "What is it?" I asked, sitting up. "Just open it." The envelope was light, plain, but when I slid my finger under the seal and opened it, my heart did a little flip. 2 plane tickets. Cancun. I blinked, stunned, then looked up at him. "We're going to Mexico?" "We leave tomorrow," he said, eyes sparkling. 5 nights. Oceanfront villa. I've already arranged the time off work for both of us. I threw myself into his arms, laughing, nearly knocking us both off balance. "You're crazy. When did you plan this?" "Been working on it for a few weeks," he said, holding me close. "You've been stressed. You deserve this." I kissed him, grateful and full of excitement. We hadn't traveled together since our honeymoon, and things had gotten so busy lately. This felt like a fresh breeze sweeping through everything. The next morning, we were at the airport by sunrise, sipping overpriced lattes and giggling like teenagers. Everything felt light. Free. We boarded the flight, held hands through takeoff, and landed in paradise just before noon. The air in Cancun was heavy and warm, scented with salt and sunscreen. The ride to the resort took about 30 minutes, and when we arrived, I gasped. The villa wasn't just oceanfront, it was practically on the water, with sliding glass doors opening straight onto the sand and waves licking the shore just feet away. "You're perfect," I told him as we explored the suite. He winked. "I'm not done yet." We spent that afternoon lounging in hammocks, sipping cold drinks and dipping in and out of the water. That night, Ethan took me to a candlelit dinner on the beach. Everything felt dreamy, like a scene stolen from a movie. The next morning, though, the surprise took a strange turn. I had just tied my hair up, ready for another lazy beach day, when I heard familiar voices. From the front of the villa. Laughing. Male. Ethan popped his head in from the patio. "Hey babe, just a heads up, some people are joining us." I frowned, half laughing. "What people?" And just like that, in walked Justin and Matt, Ethan's best friends from college. Loud, shirtless, holding beers, and wearing board shorts. Surprise. Ethan grinned, looking way too proud of himself. Thought it'd be fun to have the guys join for a few days. I blinked. My smile faltered. "Oh, wow." Justin flopped onto a chair. "Man, this place is insane." Matt grinned at me. "Hope you don't mind us crashing for a bit." "Ethan said you were cool with it." I forced a laugh. "Did he?" Ethan put his arm around me and kissed my temple. "It'll be fun, I promise." I figured we'd have the first day to ourselves, and now we've got company for some adventure. "Don't worry, it's still our vacation." I wanted to scream, but I didn't. I just nodded and excused myself to the bathroom, where I stared at myself in the mirror, trying not to let my irritation show. Ethan wasn't trying to ruin things. He really thought this was a good idea. But I had envisioned 5 quiet, romantic days with him. Not beer pong and boys' nights with the college crew. Still, I didn't want to be the uptight wife who ruined the vibe. So I plastered on a smile, changed into my swimsuit, and joined the guys on the beach. The day was loud and messy and kind of fun, if I'm being honest. The guys were goofy and full of energy. They played volleyball, taught me how to paddleboard, and dragged Ethan into the ocean for a splash fight that left all of us breathless with laughter. But by nightfall, I was tired. I wanted my husband, not a frat party. After dinner, the guys stayed up drinking and playing cards, and I finally pulled Ethan aside. "Hey," I whispered. "Can we sneak away for a bit?" He looked over at Justin and Matt, then back at me. "Sure. Just give me like 20 more minutes." I nodded, disappointed, and went back to the bedroom alone. The next day was more of the same, loud, unpredictable, full of testosterone. I got used to it, kind of. But something shifted when I saw Ethan watching me during a boat ride. He was quiet, thoughtful. That night, he surprised me again. After dinner, he grabbed my hand and said, "Come with me." We walked along the beach, just the two of us, until we reached a small setup tucked under palm trees. 2 chairs, a blanket, a bottle of wine, and fairy lights twinkling in the branches above. "I asked the guys to give us the evening alone," he said softly. I sat, touched. "Thank you." "I know this wasn't what you expected," he said, sitting beside me. "I thought it'd be fun, bring the energy up. But I forgot what this trip was supposed to be about. Just us." I looked at him, his face lit by soft amber lights, his expression full of remorse. "I get it," I said. "You were trying to make it amazing. And I love that you care so much." He reached for my hand. "But I also want to give you what you need." We sat there for hours, talking, laughing, falling into that rhythm that only comes when the world shrinks down to 2 people who know each other's hearts inside and out. The next day, the guys made other plans, ATVs, a wild tour Ethan politely passed on. Instead, we had breakfast on the balcony, swam in the pool just the 2 of us, and spent the afternoon tangled in each other beneath white sheets and ocean breeze. That night, Ethan whispered, "I promise, next time it's just us." But I'm kinda glad this happened. It reminded me why I only ever really need one person beside me. And I smiled, knowing that even in chaos, he always found his way back to me.